the Karma. And these guys certainly can shove, do have a lot of poke, and if you can land one of those
defensive summoners on the side of Southeast Asia with the heal and the barrier, so I think that's going to lean in again to this kind of shove and CS approach.
Yeah, but even without something like an Ignite, you know, if you do ever hit that seismic shove, or you know, if Riku can get an actual root, you get like a root into a seismic shove, your all-in potential there is still pretty darn high.
I feel like pre-6, the kill powers on the side of Southeast Asia, post-6, it swaps heavily onto the side of LMS. So, you know, at least until we get to their later stages, Maple and NL need to be very, very careful not to get caught out by a combo, because Mantra Q into Seismic Shove just makes it very easy if you're in that slow zone.
Yeah, totally. I mean, as you say, Taliyah at 6, no combat ultimate. You know, Karma starts with her ultimate at level 1. Obviously, it does upgrade as you do hit 6, but certainly the all-in potential can be heavily on the side there of the LMS post 6. And so far, though, they're winning early as well. I mean, they're just being better with their skill shots, you know, hitting skill shot after skill shot. And the poke on the side with an Airy Cannon and as well with a Comet Varus is very high.
Yeah, it's really frustrating, especially on an energy champion that doesn't need mana. Like, Maple's Cannon is just so frustrating. Looking at the minimap, looking at the Rift rather, G4 also needs to pay attention to his workaround. So, you know, when you have Summoner's Rift and there's a lot more room to maneuver and multiple ways you can get in and out of a lane, Murder Bridge, not so much.
Yeah, and I mean, I also think especially if you are caught under your own turret. If you're stuck under your own turret, there's much less ground to work with. If you have the push, you can kind of manipulate the waves so that you're always moving around and having more area to get that work ground, to get those, you know, big Qs going out. But if you're stuck under your turret, there's not a lot going on there. We do see Biscuits are taken on the side here for the LMS team. On the other side for the SEA, they were kind of more of a defensive approach instead of the sustain approach, which may be tough. Because you have to be scared about the all-in at 6, but they also still have a ton of poke. And you know, potions are already gone for G4. There is one left for Riku.
I really like the theory. You know, I really like the theory of this Taliyah and Karma. I think they're just being a little bit outskilled by Maple and NL. This is, of course, the 2v2 Pro-Am. Ooh, very good burst of damage by G4 rather. But Pro-Am is a term that I'm not super familiar with. You know, being South African, living in Europe, professionals and amateurs coming side by side to play with one another. G4 has professional experience. Riku, a caster and streamer and content creator. So, you know, coming together, there's this mix of worlds as we go through all of the 2v2s. And right now with a 36-16 CS advantage, Maple and NL from the LMS, they're just doing really well.
Yeah, they're doing really well. And I think so much of the event is going to be about figuring out what is going to work for your unique strengths. And, you know, you have to look and say, oh, rated Dirk buy as well here for NL, so all about the poke on the Varus. And they have just been avoiding almost all of the Karma Qs, which I think is really, you know, making a tremendous difference here.
All right, good damage onto G4. Maple's able to get away scot-free, not a single touch. 20 CS is the lead that is building up, but also this tower is slowly being chipped away. So, you know, if NL and Maple, with a fair amount of attack damage, can get some autos, I mean, this tower's down 60% hit points. If that tower falls, that might be the first tower victory, because we haven't had any CS victories yet, right? Both previous ones were double kills.
Yep, we have seen a lot of kills, and that Q might have been a kill right there had it actually landed onto G4, who's again out of potions. So it's getting really tough. I mean, if he gets sent back to base again, they already are down, you know, 20 CS here. So it's going to get tough, but doesn't have much choice, as will be sent back to base, and we're going to see level 6s coming in pretty soon here for the LMS side. You can see that Maple's just about to ding 6, and then they have the potential of that all-in as well, so they have kind of all the options still on the table here for themselves.
So I haven't been tracking it, but this game, roughly 6 minutes, 10 seconds is when the team in the lead, the CS advantage, hits level 6. I want to keep tracking that and just see what sort of differences we get as the games play out, because we've had very wildly different picks and bans already, and I don't feel like we're going to find the optimal duos today. I think after today's games play out and tomorrow we come back for the you know, rounds that are deeper down. Look at that. Burst damage onto G4, remember. He's already going to be backing away. Good root by Riku, but there's no follow-up. Enough damage. Summoner heal was used. The Ignite is blown down as well. Weaver's Wall will buy some time. 74 CS to 42. G4 and Riku, they need to find a way to punish Maple and NL. It's the only way to come back in this game.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. I mean, 2 summoners are at least down for the LMS side, so summoner advantage on the side here of the SEA. We'll see if they can actually look for any potential all-in, but that is probably going to be very tough to do, as the LMS team doesn't have to go for an all-in. They can just sit back. They can use their CS advantage. They can play for that sort of style. We'll find out if they're going to be able to find any of those openings, but with G4 already so low, it's really tough.
Yeah, it really is. Well, take a look at the flash engage. That'll be the first kill. Really easily done. Follow-up stun onto Riku. Forced to flash. Save her life. Riku will need to go back soon. So flash is available for G4. It's only a 16 CS game now in favor of the LMS. As soon as it hits 100, they will pick up a win. Remind me now, Varus was pretty popular in the 1v1s of the 2v2s of years gone by, right?
Yeah, Varus definitely has been one of the really popular champions there. I mean, you have such good poke. You actually do have reasonable all-in at 6 as well, and he has good wave clear. There's like a lot of things going for this champion that make him pretty tough to deal with, especially on a map like this where there's not a lot of room to kind of navigate and get around behind a Varus. You can't flank him. You can't do anything like that, and there's also, a lot of skill shot champions are even stronger on this map simply because it's not that wide, right? When you are down around that turret, there's not a tremendous amount of room to kind of navigate and move around.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yep.
Azale. I'm quite surprised. We saw Talia banned in the Summoners Rift NA vs EU match earlier. I saw Talia picked here. When I was coming in looking at prep by 23-24, especially talking to Vedius, we were under the assumption that Talia may not be seen at all. Chain of Corruption goes wide. Never Lose is going to miss the most missed skill shot in professional play. And now Maple's going to get shoved around. 2 CS remaining, 1 CS remaining. This is the 100 CS victory for the LMS.